What's up, everybody? This is Maurice with another episode of More or Less podcast where we get inside the mind so you can transform and be the best version of yourself. Today, we're going to talk about Q4. Yes, tomorrow kicks off Q4, October 1st, and I want to give you guys a word to finish out the year strong with. You know, I'm all about mindset, I'm all about faith, growth, family, all the above. In this episode, I'm going to give you 4 shifts that you need right now in the end of 2025 to prepare yourself for the next year, for the next season. Okay? You know me, I like to jump right into it, so let's get into it. The first shift that you need to do is shift from survival to strategy. One article I read this week was talking about a lot of the difference between a lot of millionaires and billionaires. Is a lot of millionaires are self-made, and a lot of billionaires are system made. So a lot of millionaires learn the craft, they work hard, and they get to the point where their work has produced for them. But for them to get to the next level, they have to put systems in place, duplicate their process, get people under their wing to go to that next level. And that's what separates the super wealthy from just the wealthy. And that can go with any area of your life. Is you have to have a routine, you have to have a system in place. So you have to go from survival mode, which is doing anything. Survival mode is you are putting yourself in a situation where you're doing anything possible just to stay afloat. Where strategy is you're intentionally putting yourself in a position to win, to succeed. So there is a major difference between survival mode and strategy. Where, for example, let's talk about. I'll get an example of food. Survival mode is, you're scraping for dollars to put a meal together, and you just take whatever you got in your house to make a meal for that day or the next day. While strategy is when you go grocery shopping, you have a meal plan already set up for the week. You know what you're going to make for breakfast, lunch, and dinner already preset before you even go to the grocery store and buy the foods. So you know that, okay, I know these upcoming weeks are going to be a struggle. Money might be tight for a little bit. So let me plan ahead because I'm expecting the struggle to come. So let me prepare in advance so I'm not in survival mode, but I'm living through in the midst of my strategy. Strategy is that important for you to overcome in this season. The next shift that you need to have, number two, is a shift from sacrifice to stewardship. So a lot of people give out of their last when we should be giving out of our first. We should be giving our first fruit. We shouldn't be giving, we shouldn't pay all of our bills and then give to God. We should give to God first, let Him bless that, and then live according to the increase. We have it backwards, especially in the church, especially in the way that we live our lives. We want to put the cart before the horse. Well, we need to put the horse before the cart and let things run smoothly. We have to multiply what we have and give more out of what we have. So, for example, I was just with my team with Homebuyer Academy, and we were strategizing how we want to end the year. Heading into the next year, one of the main things we have is just to keep duplicating and just dig deeper with what we already got and give it out more instead of adding more pieces to the equation, adding more projects and more assignments. It's just how can we do what we already have more, right? How can we do what we already have and greater and more instead of just trying to find new ways to do different things, and we're sacrificing our time, we're sacrificing our money, we're sacrificing our energy where we can really live off the stewardship. We can give out of what we have, all of our intellect, we can give that and help people. Out of our resources, we can give that and help people. Instead of writing another book, take the book that you already got and push it. Instead of creating another product, double down on the product that you have. Instead of adding more to your plate, take what you got on your plate and give it out more. If that makes sense. That's why pizza shops work, right? Pizza shops or wing shops or the Chinese food place, they focus on one particular line item, and then they just capitalize on that, and they don't shift from that. They don't add more, they don't deviate, they don't go off course. They just capitalize on what they already have. For example, I'll do Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is all about the chicken, And it took them 10 years to finally make the spicy chicken sandwich. But that's still in the same stream that they had, and they capitalized on their product, which is chicken. They didn't add burgers, they didn't add fish, they just made their chicken better in a sense. So, what can you do? What can you steward and make better what you already had and capitalize on that? So, shift from sacrificing to stewardship. The third shift that you need to have right now as we enter Q4 to finish out the year strong is to shift from excuses to execution. Now, this is doubling down on the stewardship, but we always find a reason to why not, right? But we need to shift to how can. So instead of that why not, like I can't do this because I can't do that because I can't move forward because it's how can I? Like I can't do this because I can't afford, or how can I afford to do this is the better mindset to have. How can I position myself? What can I do to position myself? Shifting the way we speak about our situation, shifting out of excuses. Some of us will get invited to somewhere and already make an excuse on why we can't make it. I can't make it because I'm thinking something's going to happen. Or no, let's just say by any means necessary, I'm going to make it to that event. I'm going to do that thing. I'm going to commit to that partnership. I'm going to contact. I'm going to build that relationship. For example, I went to a networking event this past weekend. It was an awesome event. I went out to Jacksonville. I made sure I got to that event. And now this week, I'm making sure I reconnect with the connections I made there to build and grow and prosper my business. I made a lot of great contacts. Now it's time for the follow up. No excuses. Make the time to do the next steps and whatever it is that you're doing to be successful. Oh, I should get up earlier to make more time to work out, but I might miss out on sleep. You're already making excuses. Stop making excuses and start figuring out the how. Start figuring out the solution, the way you can execute. The way you can execute consistently will bring you success in the coming year. And number four is the most important, and I saved the best for last. Shift from fear to faith. We're now talking about the why not. Why not you? Why not you? I was sharing the story recently about how I've been speaking more and talking about in the financial literacy space, the home ownership process. Through I'm not a realtor. I'm not a mortgage broker, but I have a passion for helping people. And I know people talk about investing. I know people talk about life insurance. I found a lane that I'm passionate about. I'm a homeowner myself, looking to purchase more homes. I'm in the process of being even though I'm unlicensed, I'm learning the game. And if I can learn it unlicensed, that things that build generational wealth for my family, why can't you? Why can't you establish these things, these vehicles in place? Yes, it takes time, and it took me time to learn it, but because I'm learning it, I'm gaining success. And I want to show people, churches, organizations, everyday people like myself, that it is possible. My coach says your information and reps away from success. Shout out to Donovan. Your information and reps away from success. Once you get the information, then it starts to executing over and over again. That goes down to the stewardship and the strategy, the systems you have in place. Do these things consistently over and over again, and you will reap the benefits. A lot of us operate out of fear. Fear is fake evidence appearing real. Fake evidence appearing real. Things that are not even real. You make them real in your mind, and then they come forth in your life, that things are blocking you that you put there that aren't really there. Well, faith is fulfillment acquired instantly through hope. You're putting your hope in God. You're putting your hope in the systems that you are building because you're anticipating that the fruit of it is going to be prosperous. So remove the fear, the fake things that are appearing real, and have the faith, the fulfillment of those things acquired instantly through hope. Shout out to my book, available on Amazon. Fulfillment acquired instantly through hope is the faith component that you need to round out this year and get you prepared for the new year. You're going to be successful. You're going to win. You're going to overcome. You're going to finish strong. Stop holding yourself back. Stop holding yourself back from what God told you to do. Stop with the excuses. Stop with the fear. Get out of survival mode. Get out of sacrifice mode. and get into strategy, get into stewardship, get into executing, get into faith, and you will see success in Q4 into the new year. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, be encouraged, be blessed, and be inspired.